There's just one battlecruiser. I must have missed that engagement there where he lost the rest of them. And Roach is here trying to disrupt this third Zerg Expo. This is what you have to do. You have to keep the Zerg on as few bases as possible, especially when you're not on too many. These Zerglings up here cleaned up an Expo, however. And this is Blue Terran base. Is just going to be able to sit around. Oh, and look at this major push. Look at all the Corruptors. That's what killed the battlecruisers if I had to put my money on it. Lots of Marines up here helping to pull some DPS. Roaches, Zerglings, and Corruptors ruling the sky. Those Corruptors are just going to be able to melt any Mutalisk or Colossus or battlecruiser or Viking out in the field. And these Roaches are trying to push the issue. These Marines go up against these battlecruisers. Marines do not do that great against battlecruisers. They're just being melted here. The Corruptors come over, but it's too late. There's spore colonies and missile turrets here. These Corruptors have to be very careful. They have to try to snipe these battlecruisers again and get out of there. It looks like they'll be able to, at the cost of a lot of Corruptors, however. There's Stalkers warping in. This hatchery's done, and Teal Protoss is going to leave the game. All these, he's mined out in his main. He's almost mined out in his natural. He's not expanding anywhere else. He's just finishing up ground armor level 3. But it looks like everyone else is content to stay in red with a lot of Zerglings going down here and is going to try to take out this Expo again. Blue finally mining out the gold. He's mined out at home. He's got this one up over here. He's going to have to saturate very quickly to maintain his mining. Red currently doing long distance mining, not rebuilding this hatchery yet. And his teammates are warping in Protoss units using the infrastructure already that is built. It might be better off for the Zerg now to just use his money to build Protoss units instead of Mutas and Lings, which is all he has. And these battlecruisers seems to be grouping up with the Stalkers right now. This orange army finally going down here. They're going to try to hold this base, it looks like, and rebuild a hatchery. They really need to break down these rocks. Actually, I don't even know if it's worth it anymore taking out this base. There's really not that many minerals left, and you're going to suffer so many casualties taking out that planetary of missile turrets around. You're probably better off going for this one, which is yet to be fully saturated and still has a lot of mining potential in it. These Marines going out. Where is Yellow mining from? He's mining from one mineral patch, full energy on the command center. He really needs to take this command center and fly it somewhere and start mining again. Here would be prime target. They just need to commit to defending it. It looks like Orange is going to try to snipe this Zerg Expo again. He's got Corruptors and Mutas here. There are no spore colonies, only spine crawlers. Oh man. Finally the Stalkers come down. Stalkers and Vikings, and Orange needs to get out of here. He is completely outmatched. He doesn't want to lose all these Corruptors. They're going to need these Corruptors later in the game for those battlecruisers and the Vikings. The Corruptors are just going to try to run off the side of the map and fly south. And it looks like they'll be able to outrun the Terran Air Force. No one knows. And looks like the purple Zerg is just giving it to Orange right now, calling him a fool. Oh no, and they were able to take out this Expo up here. I completely missed that battle while watching the other engagement. These red Mutas are trying to pick off the Roaches. But it looks like that blue base is finally cut off, which is huge because Blue's about mined out right here. He's mined out on his base. He has a lot of money. He's got a lot of minerals, but no gas. All he'll be able to do is make Marines for a while. He can't keep up that battlecruiser production. So once these existing battlecruisers and the two that are on the way finish, then it's over. And you see Brocraft saying, we need to protect this base. They're all mined out everywhere else, basically. It's who can protect their new bases with their existing units is what this game is going to come down to. Finally, some infestors for the purple Zerg. He's probably a little tired of just having Roaches run around. And it looks like they're going to be able to save this hatchery. Just not enough Mutas to do the DPS necessary. But while they're gone, this Blue Terran and Teal Protoss army come marching down the middle of the map. They're going to be able to take out this orange natural. There's not a lot of minerals here left anyway, but you still don't want to see all these drones and this larva bit production being gone. And it looks like A-Town Stump, the Yellow Terran, is flying his CC out of here. The Stalkers are going to see it in time. Will they go for it, though? No, they're more content on killing the Overlords. And this CC is going to live to see another day. And here come the Corruptors and the Mutas from the behind. They're going to be able to take out the BCs. Where is the Fungal? Where is the Fungal or the Infestal Terrans? All this corruption going down. They're going to be able to take out the battlecruisers, but you would like to see some kind of Fungal on the Stalkers or something. They don't have the energy, it looks like. All of these Corruptors, nothing left for them to shoot except for the Vikings. Roach is finally cleaning up these Stalkers, and it looks like A-Town Stomp CC defies all odds, manages to land in the middle of the map flying past battlecruisers. And that battlecruiser is going to die. He's going to spot this other battlecruiser. Oh no, these SCVs. They're completely in the middle of the map. This is terrible. And it looks like these roaches are going to try to bail these SCVs out. A couple of them will escape past the stalkers. That battlecruiser is going to die. These lings will clean up the remaining stalkers with the mutas. And finally, A-Town Stomp is going to be mining from a full expo again. And what army remains up here? A lot of mutas for red, actually. He's managed to start mining out of here. But that is the only real mining base. The gold is mined out except for gas. They're mining at red's natural. Look at all these mutas, my lord. How many mutas is this? This is 25 mutas, just 17 corruptors, and 5 mutas for orange. Lots of infestors now, 4 purple, up to 7 infestors, 18 roaches, and finally marine production resuming for yellow. Looks like orange is checking up here to see if there's some kind of base. Pings going down around the map. Look at this massive probe transfer, and orange is going to spot this with zerglings. Oh no, look at all these probes dying. The stalkers were lagging behind. And now that the orange zerglings spotted this, there's probably going to be a massive push to take this out. Yellow's command center dies again to this mutaball, and yellow is pretty much out of the game. He's got a couple marines. Does he have an SCV anywhere? He has 1 mule, no SCVs. He's completely out of the game in terms of unit production. All he's going to have are those marines and maybe controlling some other units. There's a lot of roaches, a lot of infestors on the map now. Uh-oh. These stalkers are right outside the base. They could blink up here if an overlord or some kind of vision's gone. And Brocraft really needs this base. These mutas are flying around. They're going to be able to give him vision. This one infestor is over here, and he gets picked off before he can do anything. These mutas are going to spot. Yep, the stalkers blink up, and they're going to be able to snipe this hatchery. So purple is now mining down to 2 mineral patches. These roaches, though, catch this nexus completely exposed, and they're just picking off probes. They're going to pick off the nexus. And these marines come up here, and they're going to be able to kill all these probes. These probes are taking the worst possible route out of the base. And oh my gosh, only a handful of probes leave, about 6. That was about 40 probes in that original patch. Corruptors and mutas flying around the map. These stalkers now putting pressure on purple. These corruptors are trying to pick off the mutalisk without getting picked off themselves by the stalkers. This orange ball needs to get out of there and wait for the roaches. The roaches now are pushing the issue. I don't know if this is a smart thing to do. There's really nothing up here. There's a couple of gateways, but there's mutalisk. Looks like yellow's going to be able to melt those mutalisks, though. The purple Zerg trying to pick off these remaining Zerg mining drones. There's nothing mining over here in the base. These orange corruptors are going to be able to finish off the rest of these mutas, it looks like. Infestors over here trying to get some kind of fungal down. These stalkers, though, are going to town. There needs to be a fungal on the stalkers along with some roaches or mutalisks to clean this up. There goes a Protoss Nexus. There goes a Zerg hatchery. There's really nothing left up here. Finally, red Zerg will leave the game, meaning that our blue Terran is the only one left. He's not mining anywhere. He's just mining gas, but he's got a ton of minerals. Finally spending a number of minerals on battlecruisers. Not sure if that's the wisest idea right now, facing a number of stalkers and corruptors. Or not stalkers, roaches, marines, and corruptors. I'm not really sure what you would build right now against all 3 of those. Maybe some kind of Thor Hellion tank army, but he doesn't have the factory infrastructure to do. He's got 1 factory that's airborne and 4 starports building. He's kind of a one-trick pony this game. And this Corruptor Roach army is just going to push on here. They're going to supply block the Zerg eventually, although the only thing the Zerg really has is a queen and a couple of drones left throughout the map. Drones mining down here, giving some income now for blue. The real unit-making infrastructure right now is the Teal Protoss. And it looks like this Colossus just gets sniped in a second. Wow, Marines were involved in that sniping along with the Corruptors. And these Roaches are just going to be able to push back these Stalkers along with the Marines. There's really nothing left except these 3 battlecruisers that are about to pop. And those Corruptors are just going to be able to whittle down those battlecruisers really quickly with the corruption capabilities. More Stalkers warping in this Protoss base now. But they needed to attack in unison with the battlecruisers to have a chance. Instead, they're just going to get picked off by these Marines, by these Roaches. The Roaches army is finally dead. There's a couple Roaches over here in the Terran base trying to cause some havoc. Marines now are getting picked off slowly against Stalkers. We all know how poorly Marines do against them. This one Stalker, however, is going to survive with 2 HP. That's a tragic loss. And these, oh no. And Brocraft ordering everyone back, but it doesn't even matter. They're just going to be able to face tank these battlecruisers with the Corruptors. Oh, he wanted to steal a battlecruiser with the infestors, And the premature GG goes out. There's really nothing left. Floating factory. What is being made right now? Finally, the third base for our purple Zerg. And it looks like blue is just going to stay in this game for as long as possible. Try to fly CCs around. Not lifting off his starports yet. This is just going to be a matter of time. Protoss still has infrastructure to make units, but it's not going to last forever. Blue with about 1,200 minerals, 100 gas left, trying to break down these rocks with his planetary and SCV to get up here to mine. He should have been doing this eons ago when he had the advantage pushing up here. Once this was fully mined out, it didn't matter if he lost it or not. It actually is going to be whittled down fairly quickly with this planetary. And it looks like our other team knows exactly what's going on. They know something's down here. The Infested Terrans will just be able to kill out this hatchery. And yet Thin and Crispy, our orange Zerg, is saying it's mined out. It's mined out, but that's where the bulk of the Terran buildings are now. That's where his SCVs are, 2 CCs. You want to go hit that location right now, take him completely out of the game before he has a chance to rebuild. He is going to run into all these Zerglings up here and this mining Zerg base. So this Terran is not long for this world. There's one probe up here. It looks like, was he trying to get ready to build a Nexus using blues and minerals? He's only got 870 yet. And these SCVs are coming in. The Queen picking off the SCVs. One Zergling gets involved. Multiple Zerglings get involved. The drones get involved. And all these SCVs are going to die very quickly. Completely outmatched. Orange might lose a drone or two, but it doesn't even matter. He's trying to retreat to the planetary. He won't make it. And there goes... Do we have any SCVs left for blue? We have 4 SCVs left for blue. They're in the main base. They can build something if necessary. We have 2 probes left for teal. No drones left for red, but he has 6 larvae, and he has a lair. So he could rebuild drones if he really wanted to get mining, but this game is basically over. Who are we kidding? Infestors moseying around the map, not really worrying about how long it takes them, what's going on, where they're going, what the enemy army is. At this point, the team knows that that blue, the remaining player in the game, has nothing left. There's just infrastructure over here to rebuild units. You would like to see this unpowered, honestly, because this could supply a whole army if there was enough money. 6 or 7 gateways, 2 robo, a forge, 2 forges actually, cybernetics core. Red Zerglings finally heading out around the map. Not really sure what's going on here. Fungled a couple Zerglings just for good measure, and they're going to be able to clean this up real easily. Orange now mining out of the middle on 4 bases, having rebuilt this one right here. Or actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, rebuilt that one. He definitely lost that one in the battle. A couple roaches up here just checking. This observer kind of watching his team completely lose the game. 2 Marines. Are these the last 2 Marines for yellow? Yes, they are. Hero Marines for yellow. They're going to whittle down the rest of this Zerg base. Oh, but a couple Stalkers here might have something to say about that. Couple roaches. Look at all these Overlords. What are they doing up here? You can't afford to lose all these Overlords this late in the game. You don't have the minerals to rebuild. Neither team can commit a closing kill right here. This CC wants to drop somewhere, but it really can't go anywhere. All these bases are being taken by the other team at this point. He really should try to land it at this former red base right here. That would have been much smarter than trying to go here where there's a ramp that leads right down by the orange Zerg. He could just run Zerglings up here if he wanted to land that and defeat it. Tons of Corruptors here. You'd like to see the Corruptors kill this command center and end the game, basically, but he's not doing that. What's going on down here? Nothing going on down there. A couple of Zerglings breaking down rocks right there to enable some through traffic. Corruptors getting picked apart by these Stalkers. Ling's coming over here, and they're going to be able to clean up this remaining Stalker. So how many minerals does blue have now? He's been making units the whole time. 87 minerals. He can't really make anything. He can make a Marine. He can make a Zergling. He can make a drone, an SCV, or probe, but he can't really make anything else, so it's just a matter of cleaning up now. I would love to see some infested Terrans clean up this entire base. Very cost effective right now with the infestors just recharging their energy. Not lifting off any of these starports. It looks like they're just cleaning up workers at this point to make sure there's no possible comeback attempt, and then they'll just wait them out. Infested Terrans trying to clean up this base, attacking the Robo Bay instead of pylons. Really should be attacking the pylons now and just taking the pylons offline. Infestors moseying around the map, Corruptors flying around. Do we still have those 2 Marines for yellow? No, then we don't. Finally, a GG goes up for blue, although he has the CC over here. And Orange is calling him out 10 minutes ago is right. We've just been watching this whittling down of structures, and it's not quite GG for Blue. He's lifting off of starports. He's going to try to fly them away. One is completely on fire. It'll melt eventually. And it looks like the team spots this, and he's pinging it, saying these are flying away. Get your corruptors over here. Take them out. It looks like this command center has landed, and he's mining again with pure mules, making SCVs. So he's going to try to get back in this game. It looks like he wanted to get those starports out of there and maybe use them to rebuild units later, but these corruptors are just going to be able to pick them all off. This is just going to be horrific to watch, the slow dwindling of the starports as we go down. And the infestors down here spot the command center. He's going to fungal the mule and SCV. And are we going to see infested Terrans, or are we just going to see more fungals? Not quite sure. You would like to see some infested Terrans defeat the command center. He's got the energy to do it. He's just putting one out there now, a BM infested Terran, just one, because it's going to be able to whittle down that last mule and that last SCV. He's finally putting them down there, but they're just going to get picked apart by the planetary. Why is he doing this? This planetary is not important anymore. They're just getting torn apart. Look how fast these infested Terrans fall. He should have done it up here with this command center. This is the last thing in the game that has any sort of proximity. Actually, I bite my tongue. It looks like these infested Terrans were extremely effective at taking out this planetary. No repairs going on. Just that one SCV was left. And they're just going to be able to walk in here and finish off the rest. One SCV, one mule left for Blue now. Back here, up here mining with 8 minerals. And right here, Brokev says if you would have saved the planetary up top, which he meant over here in this upper left corner, you would have won. Instead of repairing that one, you chose to wait and try to repair this with one SCV, and it was too late. Finally, infested Terrans are going to come up here and take out this CC. And Blue is saying he was occupied elsewhere when that attack was going on, and that's the advantage of when you're up 3 guys to 2. And that's going to be the game here. GG for our lower team of Purple Zerg, Brocraft, Orange Zerg, Thin and Crispy, and Yellow Terran, A-Town Stump, although he was out of the game for a while. Tune in next time for another game of StarCraft action.